My name is about to be like slandered for probably a while. I don't know how long it's going to take to heal, but I would not be surprised if it's going to be hard to go out in public sometimes for a couple of years. And that really hurts me. I'm just like, this is a horrible, horrible thing. Like, how dare you, you know? And people aren't going to understand that. You know, they're going to say, oh, you know, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family. And I take a step back and it's just like, I didn't know!
Why do people hate NK? Let's have a look at why. First of all, we've got that she's got a voice that would remove lime scale. But that's neither here nor there really, that's just one of those things. The real reason I think people don't like her is because what she says and what she does are two entirely different things. So therefore a narrative doesn't make sense and it makes her look guilty as sin. So let's have a look at what she says and what she does. We said that, but we do have some selective deletions, don't we? We have the can cops trace text messages, the difference between text message and text data, etc. All of those searches were deleted, so were you upset with them as well? I can see how it would be distressing to have to search for things on Google. I mean, I know there's some days I just can't be arsed. Okay, so I'm not 100% on this one, but I'm pretty sure that if you looked up the Facebook pages of Chris and Shanann on the 4th of August 2018, it was almost impossible for you not to know that Shanann was pregnant at that point, at the very least. So I'm not sure I believe that either. It doesn't really make much sense for the narrative. And I'm going to leave out the searching in 2007 because I'm not entirely sure that wasn't a typo on the discovery, but it doesn't really make any difference to what I have to say today anyway, so there you go. So no, because you went out for dinner to the Lizzie Dog and then back home for a bit of housey father on a night when his kids were home because he had to leave them with a babysitter to spend time with you. You also voiced your frustration a little bit that you had to wait for his kids to go to bed before you could speak to him. But, you know, don't let that get in the way of what you know, the other things that you said. You said that you didn't feel comfortable being in someone else's life, but you're alright to sleep with somebody else's husband. The two things are like so far apart from each other that you're saying one thing and doing another thing, and you're so far wrong you'd need a map to find your way back from that one. So nope. Really wanted him to fix it, and you never, you know, you distanced yourself from him. So, but you went on holiday to the sand dunes with him around about the end of July, which is when you said he was going to try and rekindle the flame with Shanann. Also, it's kind of hard to rekindle the flame with somebody when somebody's sending you multiple nude and semi-nude selfies, and also involving themselves in his dispute with his family regarding Peanutgate. So you said that you wanted him to fix it, but did you really? Because your actions don't indicate that you did. If you'd wanted him to fix it, you would have just made yourself gone out of that picture altogether. But you didn't. This might be my favourite claim of all. So you googled marrying your mistress, you googled man I'm having an affair with says he will leave his wife, you googled wedding dresses, and my favourite thing that you did that completely contradicts this statement is, yeah, you should pawn that ring, it's a nice rock, when she was missing. I think that speaks for itself. I don't need to say any more. I think I'm going to need a cup of tea in a minute. So you've got to have a 401k if you want to be with me. I need to know your credit is good. Your wife and kids are no problem. Okay. So the reason that everybody hates her is because of this dishonest behaviour. She does one thing, says another, and because of that, how can you believe anything she says? It makes her look dishonest. So because of that, we've got people who think that she was involved in the murders, etc. To be honest, there's not enough evidence to say that she was involved in the murders yet. There are no follow-ups done. There were questions that should have been asked that weren't. I can only assume that the police know what they're doing. However, I will say this. I don't think she was involved with the murders. Did she apply pressure to Chris to leave his family? Absolutely. We're not that serious, she said. But then she's Googling wedding dresses. And you know, the apartment was for him, not for me. Not for me. But she was going apartment hunting with him. Why would she need to do that? That seems like a very coupley thing to do. You know, you're getting together, you're moving in together, all of that stuff. So everybody's left a bit confused because we don't know what to think. Obviously, nobody likes a slapper, and she has behaved like a slapper. She knew that he was married. I also think she knew that he was pregnant. And one of the strongest reasons I think that is because she and Chris, at their interviews, both said exactly the same thing. And you know how she mentions, you know, I just had a few quick things to say to him before I cut him out of my life. And they both said, well, if she'd known about this, she would never got involved with me in the first place. And it seems odd how they both said the same thing. I mean, it may mean that it's true, but it does seem to me like during those conversations towards the end there, they might have just been planning how to protect her and how to make her look less crap. It didn't work because now we've got a situation where because she wasn't honest, because she didn't tell the truth, people are now saying that she's possibly an accomplice or a murderer because she wasn't honest in the first place. If Nicole is involved with these murders, I'm sure time will catch up with her and we'll all know the truth eventually. If she wasn't, and she was just so ashamed of applying pressure to a married man, of being with a married man with 2 children and a pregnant wife, that she deceived and avoided the truth. You know, we've got the whole thing about, I can remember his macros and putting his macros into the phone, and I can remember how many pounds he lost, but I can't remember anything that I said on Sunday night. Selective memory. You know, and telling the police officer as well, you know, no. That's another thing both her and Chris both did. He went, no, God, no. No. Telling the police officer, oh, you know what, this is not about Sunday, we're talking about Saturday, just want to make sure you got your days right. That's a copper. Not just a copper, but an FBI agent, I think. And if that's the case, then, you know, just let them ask their questions. Don't tell them what they can and can't ask. Don't tell them who they can and can't speak to. You've kind of got no control over that. However, like I said, I'll end with this. I don't think she was involved, but mainly because despite really blurry pictures getting sent around the internet as proof, there isn't any that we know of that would absolutely nail it. But the reason that we suspect that she's involved is because from the first second she's been dishonest. Even in the first ever interview where, or maybe first or second interview where they met her at her place and it's just a recording, she's saying, you know, did you love him? No. But later on she says yes, and I meant it at the time. Again, we've got this sense of shame stopping her from telling the truth about what she's done. But is it shame because she's behaved like a bit of a strumpet? Or was it shame for other reasons? If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like, please comment down below. Remember to remain respectful. Anything that isn't, I'll just remove. So if you've got a question or a valid point to make, see if you can support it with some evidence that you can point me to. I'm happy to have a look. And because I like to talk about it, that's why I did this in the first place, because the case had stuck with me and I wanted to speak to other people about it. So thank you for now. You take care of yourselves, okay? Bye bye.